And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, Jordan Nielsen here, host of Real Estate Pros on Lister Pros TV. Today we're in Las Vegas, Nevada with Rochelle Vannoy of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Nevada Properties.
Yay!
Awesome. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day and joining me on Real Estate Pros.
Thanks for inviting me.
So Rochelle, we'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself for those that are watching that don't know who you are.
Sure. So my name's Rochelle Vannoy. I'm a real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway. I've been an agent here in Las Vegas for over 14 years, and I finished in the top 5 in my office for the last 10 years in a row.
Congratulations. Oh, there's no audience here today.
Audience of one.
Awesome, but that is awesome. Did you say 10 years in a row?
10 years in a row.
Oh my gosh, so awesome job there. So talk to us a little bit about what interested you in first getting into the business, and then we'll talk about how do you achieve that kind of success.
Okay, so I got into real estate for a couple of reasons. I had been in food and beverage for a long time.
Okay.
I was making good money. And so it wasn't for the money. I got in for the more flexibility in my schedule. At the time, I had 2 children that were starting into school. So for me, the transition, I needed to find something that I wanted to do, working 8 to 5, 9 to 5 type hours versus 4 to 12,
Sure.
In the afternoons. And real estate was a good fit.
So how long have you been in real estate now?
14 years in the
Okay,
Valley.
right, that's what you said, 14 years. So you've been in Las Vegas for 14 years, and now top producing agent. So talk to us a bit about, your journey through real estate, because you don't become a top producer, especially for that amount of time, without hard work and having a focus, right? So talk to us a little bit about what you do specifically.
All right. So specifically, let's see. I have a pretty strict schedule, and I treat my business like a business. It's not a job. This is my company that I own and I run. And so I try to always give my clients a great service. That way they're happy with what they've gotten, not only from me, but they feel comfortable and confident referring their friends and family.
Right. So do you work off a lot of referrals then? What percent of your business is referral?
About 40%,
Oh, wow.
40 to 50% is referral business these days, because like I said, I've been doing it a little while now.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be, obviously, but every year it gets a little bit more and more, which is okay with me.
So yeah, I think that's important to focus on as a real estate agent, especially if you're trying to go for the long haul, because
distance.
take care of your clients and making sure that they had a great experience, so they're not hesitant when referring you.
Right, and they also know, they feel comfortable because they know what to tell their friends to expect on the other end.
Right. So so where does the rest of your, so you said 40% is referrals. Where do you
Get the rest?
Get the rest of your business from?
The rest of my business, from new expireds, old expireds, for sale by owners, just listed, just sold. So I kind of do a little bit of everything. That makes it more balanced so that
Sure.
you can do that for a long time.
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of different strategies when you're targeting like expireds and listings. What is it? You're on the phones early. Is it phone calls, or what strategy do you do?
So I do phone calls. I do door knock. I always tell my sellers when they list with me that they're not just getting a pretty face, that I'm actually going to do the work. So, usually within the first week or two, I'm physically out there myself, door knocking, even when it's 110, introducing myself to the neighbors. A lot of the times, somebody that lives in the neighborhood knows someone else that wants to move in. So that's actually a really nice way to.
So door knocking
introduce
around
myself.
like your new listings or open houses or.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's great. I think having success. It seems like a lot of people. I guess a lot of people I see do like one thing only.
Yeah.
But it's for you, you have a good referral client base, but you continue to do the other things. And I think that's kind of what has held you at the top.
Right.
I'm thinking out loud now.
Well, because the market changes and shifts. That's the only thing in real estate you can count on, right? So obviously when the market took a tank, most of my clients weren't moving unless they had to move, right? Because everybody was upside down here in the valley. Now most everybody is right side up again, and we're seeing people that didn't get harmed, or even people that did get harmed in the downturn, that they're finally kind of secure enough financially to maybe take that plunge again. And there's a few programs here in the Valley right now that can help buyers. So if they haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, or they've never owned, right? There are areas in Mountain's Edge, Southern Highlands, and where we're at now in South Summerlin, where they can actually buy with as little as zero money down.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think. Is that something that you're running into often? Maybe somebody's like, "Oh, I'm interested in renting," but because they don't realize that they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to buy instead.
Yeah.
So it does shift. Sometimes it is more costly to rent, and sometimes it's more costly to own. Right now, it really is. Rents have gone up a lot in the Valley, and it's a lot tougher to get a good rental, so to speak. And if you have the credit score, you just need a 640. It's nothing crazy. It might make more sense to buy. So
awesome.
yeah.
So what part do you work all over the Valley?
The whole Valley.
Uh-huh.
I'm lucky enough that I lived here long enough that I've seen the city grow around me, and so I'm really very familiar with the whole Valley. I've sold all over. I've even sold a couple of houses in Pahrump. I've sold some out in Logandale, which you probably
Really?
don't know where
No.
that is, Glendale. And so wherever my clients need me is where I go.
So talk to us a little bit about your business setup, right? So is it you that is always in contact, or do you have a team behind you? I know there's a lot of different structures that people have.
I am, I'm just me. So I have had an assistant in the past, but for the last 5 or 6 years, I just do it all myself.
Awesome.
So
So you make sure no balls are dropped. You're on
no
top
balls
of
are
it.
dropped. That's why I say, you get me when you get me. So it's a good thing, I think. I think a lot of the times with these big teams, it's the person that you hired that you thought you were going to get, you never see them again. You never talk to them, and it's just it can be disheartening for the seller who thinks they were getting that aggressive older agent who had been doing it a long time, and then they're just having people that are brand new in the agency that are working their listing.
Right. So what sets you apart from the other almost 20,000 agents in Las Vegas? Why do people choose to work with you, Rochelle?
Well, I would hope they choose to work with me for a couple of reasons. First off, I am one of the few agents that has a track record actually for our company, so in Nevada, not in Arizona or California. But for Berkshire Hathaway in Nevada, last year I was the #1 individual agent in listings taken and listings sold.
Wow.
So it's, it's one thing to say, hey, I took the most listings, but it's another thing if you could actually say, and I sold the most, right? Because it doesn't mean that I'm overpricing you, and what I'm telling you is reality. So I think one of the rare things is that I tell the truth, and I'm pretty straightforward. I don't sugarcoat the cookie too much.
Sure.
And so I like clients to know that when they get me, I am there for as long as they need me. For years and years, I have clients that will call me, ask me for referrals for someone to do something in their house, or to refinance, or to do whatever. And so it's kind of nice that they have that ability and that trust. Makes me happy.
So so obviously having sold a lot of properties, what's the trick to being able to sell properties fast?
The trick to selling fast, well, it's the old adage, right? You have to have the best location for the best price in the best condition. If you get the three major factors, if you look at the house through the eyes of a buyer instead of your seller cap, if you can take that off and put the hat on and say, okay, if I didn't own this house, would I want to buy it based on all the other ones for sale in the neighborhood? And if you could say yes, then you're going to get it sold.
So what are some, well, I guess we can get into different pricing strategies. Are you seeing homes in different price points typically selling faster, or?
Well, I mean, it's a funnel, right? So the price point here in the valley that has had the hardest problem selling over the last 5-6 years has been like that problem middle child, I always say. So about 500,000 to 800,000, because that's our move up buyers that all got destroyed that still haven't done that.
Right.
The higher end market has done really well, like over $1 million. And then of course, everything under 400,000, the lower the price, the more people that can afford to buy it, usually unless it's a real fixer-upper, then the easier it should be to find someone who can qualify and buy it.
Well, if somebody is watching this and wants to maybe ask you some questions, how you became a top producer, or want to have you represent them as a buyer or seller, how do people get a hold of you?
So the best way to get a hold of me is my phone. My phone number is 702-203-0997. You can contact me via email, text, or phone, but that is the best number.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rochelle, for taking time out of your busy day.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Have a great day.